In 2012, a number of members of our congregation, of which I was one, were privileged to have our first experience in the country of Haiti. And during that trip, we were ushered up the mountain to a little school that was pretty hard to get to. No way that anybody who hasn't had that experience can describe to you what it's like going up that road. It's really not much of a road, more from boulder to boulder as the vehicle travels. And we at that time met the person that was forming a school for the children of that community. Verbo was deeply passionate about providing education to a culture of children that had not experienced it before. Starting on that date and for the last 7 years, Epiphany has had the privilege of partnering with this school to assist its growth and assist its mission to bring education to children who otherwise would not be exposed to it. So it's extremely fortunate for us today to have this passionate Haitian come and share with us a little bit about what's going on in his community, at the school that he formed, and in the partnership that he has with Epiphany Lutheran Church. So I bring up now my good friend and hopefully yours, Verbo Julien.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. And thank you for having me here. And I am very happy to be here and to represent all kids and people in Haiti. As you already know, some of you already know Verbo as a director of CEI, Center for Integrated Education. And when I was a child, I didn't have a chance to go to school early. I started my first day of school when I was 11. Because I cannot work, the school was too far. My family wait until I got 11. They are sure I can work safely to go to school. For my primary school, and then secondary school, we didn't have secondary school in the area. I have to go to Jacmel. I have to work about 2.5 hours to go to school and go back. And I went to the university, and after I start working, and I always think about my childhood when I was in La Montagne, and I think how I can improve the life of other kids after me. And I dreamed in 2000 to build a school in La Montagne. And I start saving money from my job because I got 2 jobs. I say one, I dedicate that to start the school. And from 2000 to 2008, my dream come through. And then I start the school with a little house in the community that they offer me to start the school with less than 10 kids. And right now, I got more than that. The Center for Integrated Education, we have a mission like driving positive change. That's what we want to do. A positive change where we want to offer opportunity to a good quality of education and empower children, empower the community, and also for a sustainable development. What we do, we collect, it's like resources we have in the community. all those resources we collect in the community, we make sure that those resources can create a positive impact. We try to do the reinforcement, and we reinforce the community. We do the community engagement, and also we advocate for human rights. We have the school right now. You can see the compound, and then this is the contribution that we have from you guys from Hawaii. The first contribution, it's like we have a lot of kids. We didn't have place to welcome them to do the school. We ask for help, and you here, the church, and we have the other congregation in Texas who come together, and they build 2 more classrooms for CEI. And then we have the capacity to have more children in the school. And after, you can see a little bit behind this picture that the school, some of you went down there to paint it, and then even I went there. Anyway, that's helped a lot. And the construction you have seen right in front of it, it's a cistern because we don't have water down there, and then I use this space to build tanks to collect rainwater to make sure we got water in the compound. And this is the school, and also you come to help us with the fence because we got a lot of animals coming to the compound, and then kids wasn't safe. And when we ask help, you come again and help us. And you are coming, we got a lot of teachers coming from your congregation to come and help our teachers in Haiti to support what we are doing. And when they teach those teachers have an impact on the children will have an impact in the community, and the community will have an impact even in the whole Haiti. That's our dream, to make sure our kids today, they will be in charge in 20, 30 years and 50 years. We have to prepare them right now. And I am thankful that you come to join us and to support all we are doing. The staff this is a lot of people coming. When they're coming down there, we have the staff. They give them some equipment, some materials to work with kids, and then it's like you give them the possibility to offer a quality education to those kids. Those kids, they are the future of Haiti. And then we start from the K1 to K7 last year. This year we'll have K8. We start with less than 10 kids. Now we had last year 164. Next September, we'll have 195 kids in the school. And we also not only working with kids as teachers and community leaders, we are working with parents, because parents become part of the school. They participate in everything we are doing because they care about what kind of education, and we also bring them together to let them know what's happened. And sometimes if they found that there are something who are not working, they come to the principal office and say, okay, this is something who are not happen, and I want you to change that. If it is possible to change, we explain them, the way we can do that. And also, when you bring materials to equipment, kids, they learn how to use those. They never seen that before. But anyway, when they use, that's the kind of things that they never did before, and they are able to do that. And we also have a lot of papers, crayons you bring, and those kids, when they grow up, what we do? We start, because we are doing anyway the leadership development, we want them to come. When they have an activity, they come and participate and do it and make it happen. We also have a lot of activities like outdoors activities where parents, children can participate together. We have in the school a committee who are in charge, a parents committee, they are in charge for different activities, and the GOAT project. The GOAT project, this is one thing that you come with it, and we sit down with Mike when they are down there, because we have a lot of kids, a lot of parents, they are low income, they cannot pay, and then we said that we need to find a way for them to pay, because in Haiti the school is free on the paper, but in the reality you have to pay anyway. That's one of the reasons we find out parents who got 4 kids, 3 kids, 2 kids who cannot pay, and we give them a goat. This goat can help them to pay the school in the future. This is the goat. They are making babies, and then they bring baby goat back. We can redistribute it. This is the CEI staff, and this is the CEI staff, and right now I want you to watch a little bit the GOAT project I'm talking about that we start, and right now it's growing up, and parents have the ability, they have an economic engine. They expect one day they can pay for the children, they can pay tuition, they can buy clothes, they can buy shoes and school supplies, something like that. We need them to be sustainable, and we want also the school become sustainable. And then I really appreciate your input and your support to make that happen. I cannot do it by myself. You come and support us.
Project follows 7 steps: identification, organization meeting, training session with vet, the purchase and transportation of goat, distribution, and reporting. Before we start, we identify any parents who will be the part of this project. We start by praying. We identify parents who have 4 kids, those who have 3, 2, and 1 kids. And when we start this project, we realize that we have 25% of children who can't pay, and 35% pay totally, and 38% half of the tuition. KFK project is a bilateral volunteer between the community of Ohio and La Montagne, Jacmel. It is a grassroots project. When we organize the meeting, we make sure we discuss the facility of the project and the feasibility of the project. In the training session, all parents beneficiaries of the KFK project, and we explain them the contract they signed to give back a baby goat. Wednesday start this project, and Epiphany Lutheran Church in Pickerston came to join us, and then Epiphany Lutheran Church in Suwanee, Georgia. When we purchase the goat from the market, we have to transport them to La Montagne. The training session with vet is always one of the big steps of the project because of all of goat need to the vaccination. We distribute those goats to beneficiaries, and after we have to report the information. In the name of all children, parents, and CI staff, we want to present our gratitude to leaders like Mike Rayner and Erin Murphy.
Thank you.
I remember a few years ago, my daughter Christine and I were sitting on the front porch of a building down in Jacmel with Verbo. We're sitting there because it was shady. It was only 95 degrees, but at least it was a wet heat. And we were discussing the issue that this school is sustainable if everybody who had a child in the school paid the registration fee that's required to meet the budget. But a very small percentage of the parents were able to do that. And we were discussing possible assistance ways. I mean, could Epiphany pay for some of the salary of teachers? Because when registration fees are not there, that means the teachers' paychecks are much smaller than what they signed up for. Or perhaps we could scholarship some kids so that those that couldn't afford it would have scholarship money going to the school. But it seemed like both of those approaches were sort of handouts from North America and not working toward the issues of sustainability within that community itself. So out of that meeting arose the idea of suppose we provided to the parents an economic means that they could manage and they could afford to pay for their child's registration fees at the school. And that's where what Verbo calls KFK, which reminds me a lot of a former president of ours, but it is not really KFK, it's really Kids for Kids. And those kids, as we all know, a baby goat is called a kid. And if the baby goat is somehow used to support the children of the family to go to school, then it becomes Kids for Kids. And this program was one that sort of started on that porch that day and has been supported by Epiphany for the last 3 years. So far, more than 50 female goats have been distributed to families who otherwise had no economic means to support their children going to the school. And it's not that the families didn't want to, they are passionately committed to their children to get an education, they just don't have the means to do what's necessary. So those goats have been distributed. We also helped the school purchase a male goat who is the key to the overall operation. And that male goat and these 50 female goats have teamed up and are now producing kids. And the kids, the first kid born of that relationship is donated back to the school. And the school then uses that kid to support additional families. But the second kid that's born becomes the economic benefit of the family that was otherwise unable to make ends meet. And so we have, and Verbo reports, and they have a committee down there that oversees this operation, makes frequent communications to the goat owners to make sure they're being properly cared for and that the nutrition is appropriate and that the veterinary care is appropriate. And it has been very successful. So we as partners with this school want to continue to support that community. And with that thought in mind, of the 34 members of this congregation that have climbed that mountain and have been at that school, we asked if they would be willing to add one more goat to the program. And a number of them already have. And Verbo, I want to give you this check for $700. That will buy another 10 goats probably to distribute to families that don't have them. But as Pastor mentioned at the beginning, the month of August, here is an opportunity for all of us that haven't been part of this program to prayerfully consider if this might not be something that we can do to help move the evil forces of poverty in this world, and see if we can't put another $75 check in your envelope marked Kids for Kids, and make it out to Epiphany, but mark it so that it gets directed in the correct direction. The month of August up till Labor Day is our window of opportunity to see if we can't replicate this donation to Verbo and to the school, and see if we can't keep that program growing in a place in the world that needs it. So Verbo, thanks again for being here.
Thank you for offering the opportunity to be here and to report the information that we already do. And thank you, congregation.